Hey, moms and dads, Mr. Michael here, wanting to tell you a little bit about how to play the songs with your kids and about what to expect. Kids who are 3 and younger will have a difficult time playing the exact notes. I want you to be sure that that's okay. When we're playing songs with really young kids, what we're looking for is, first of all, for them to have fun and to enjoy representing the animal on the piano, and two, to get the rhythm, get the feel of the rhythm, and to distinguish between the black and the white keys. So I recommend that you hold their hands and tell them to make a strong finger. When they make that strong finger, you can easily direct their hand and do it with them a couple of times, at least 2 times. So you would just hold their hand gently and sing the song, hip, hop, goes the frog. And do that a couple of times, and then you might let them try it on their own. They will probably not do it exactly, but like I said, that's okay. What you're looking for is reminding them to play on the black keys and reminding them to make the frog hop. That's what your finger's doing. It's hopping like a frog. And then lastly, to make the ribbit sound with flat hands. 3-and-a-half-year-olds and up might be able to use, and definitely 4-year-olds would be able to use a group of 3 fingers and a group of 2 fingers and make a very clean ribbit sound like that. For the very young ones, I encourage just flat hands. It's a lot easier, and it's enough of a coordination for them to practice to change from one finger to a flat hand. So the key word that I use with them is flat hand, flat hands on the 3 and on the 2. The 3 black keys and the 2 black keys to make your ribbit. And they actually can do that pretty well once you remind them. I encourage them to say the sound ribbit when they play it, because then they'll incorporate the rhythm of it into the song and it'll be more structured. So you'll hear ribbit, and it'll be coming out clearer that way. Another musical aspect that the kids are learning in the frog song is the emphasis of the 3-2 pattern of the black keys. The piano, as you may have noticed, is set up with the black keys alternating between a group of 3 and a group of 2. And if you notice, that is the 3 Blind Mice song that you probably have heard by now. It's the song that your kids learned 3 or 4 months ago when we first started the program. It's the first song that I like to introduce to the kids because it's very easy to play, and it gets the kids aware of the 3 and the 2 pattern. Now, that's emphasized by our ribbit sound at the very end, where we play all 3 black keys at the same time and then the 2 black keys at the same time, like this. So we're looking at the 3 and the 2, and I usually call the numbers out to them. Group of 3, group of 2. Flat hand on 3, flat hand on 2. And they understand that. Now, the other thing we're looking at is the first note of each group of 3 and 2 is another way to see the pattern or utilize that pattern. The first note of the 3, first note of the 2, and the first note of the 3. So we're looking at the pattern as we're hopping. The other thing that we are looking at is the staccato. This is part of a musical way to play your notes, which means short and separated, and it's how the frog hops. So staccato is the frog hopping. That's the staccato sound. So when you play the song with them, make sure that they are lifting up or hopping. I wouldn't use the word lift up, but I would use the word hop, because children identify with hopping, and that's something that makes the frog song fun. So you'll want to say, make your finger hop. Now the last thing was the sound of the perfect fifth. This is a harmony in music that is very common, and I like to utilize it in the animal songs for the kids, and you'll see it in a lot of my songs, almost all of them, because as the children get used to hearing this sound, they'll identify it later on in their music studies when they are taking more formal lessons, or if they just happen to be listening to music. It's a common sound. The fifth is a harmony that means the fifth degree of the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a scale. And it's a very common sound, as I was saying, and it's fun to listen to, and it's easy to identify. You'll find that other kids' songs use this sound, and it could be going the other way. That's a common sound, and it's using a fifth. It can be on the top or it can be on the bottom. But in the frog song, it's here. And when you're playing with your children, you don't have to say that it's the fifth, but that's where we're headed. So those are a couple of tips for you and your children to play on the frog song. Again, give me a call with any questions, and I look forward to seeing you in the fall for our new session.